Well, it's been a long time since I did a live update video, and it's going to be on my beliefs, like, and God, which is non-existent to me now. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to produce music. That means that I just don't see any evidence of God, so why should I believe? And that's why I still create music because I love music, and God's existence has no impact on me anymore. Like it used to inspire songs, it used to, but it doesn't mean that I can't play my songs that I compose. That's my perspective at that time. I made some pretty kick-ass music, if I had said so myself. Uh, when I still believed, I was still like a new ager, uh, and I still believed that there might be a God, and I was into occultism and stuff like that. Now I just reject the notion of God because it doesn't seem logical. It doesn't seem like practical. It doesn't seem plausible. It doesn't seem anything. It just seems like a fairy tale to me now. Um, I see the Bible as unreliable info, and you can't really trust it because there's conflicting information. There's a Bible saying that the Earth is 6,000 years old, and there's science telling you that um, well, the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and the universe is 13 point whatever billion years old. And what I'm interested in is the start of time. And I looked up CMB, which is cosmic microwave background, and that's fancy talk for radiation left in space from the Big Bang. And I don't need to believe that; it's just objective fact. Like I can't stray away from the truth. It's just looking me in the eyes, basically, and I know that there probably isn't a God, but I still create music because that's fun to me, and new music is on the way. I'm gonna keep creating. Um, it's gonna be on this YouTube account as well as my SoundCloud when I produce in Logic Pro 10. So Logic Pro 9 and Logic Pro 10 are my main software programs that I use for piano roll MIDI creations, which sound pretty damn good to me, especially when they're mastered. So I'm learning objective knowledge more. Doesn't mean it's going to hinder my creativity. It's going to actually increase my creativity, and that's why I'm gonna keep making songs because these are the years that I need music the most. When I feel alone in a universe that is seems so gigantic and we're so small in it. Like, do we really have a purpose? Well, it's your purpose that you create with life, and the ultimate purpose in the bigger perspective is that there is no purpose. At times, kind of scary, but it's it makes sense to me now. And it took me a while to accept that, but I'm gonna still create music as much as I can. It's not gonna be on iTunes per se. It's gonna be on my YouTube account or my SoundCloud account. All right. Thanks for watching. This is a live update conclusion. So what do I think about God right now? I think God is probable, but it doesn't really have the odds against it has the odds against it because evidence that presented itself to me at a later date. I was looking through old regions and then I found this question about I was just looking at these old regions, just trying to test my knowledge, retest my knowledge, see how much I learned. And well, it was on the redshift and present during the Big Bang, and I didn't know what it really meant, so I just looked up evidence for the Big Bang, and then bam, it showed up. And one of the most well contradictory things about God is that the Bible is states that God exists. Okay, I get that, but now I reject the Bible. I went to occultism. for quite a few years. Then I started creating music at a certain time. I kind of relate to other like outcasts, like spirit science that found their way through spirituality. But then I was like, this is based on the Bible, but the Bible contradicts itself so many times, and it just doesn't. There's no evidence for it really, except the stories that were told from Jesus, and it just doesn't make sense to me anymore because science is truth, and it never contradicts itself in terms of its objective fundamental theories. Like 1 + 1 = 2. That's always going to be the fact, and when you see a number line, you see, oh, there's increments of one. And when you see increments of one, then you're like, okay, well, you can conclude a lot about that. You can say, oh, there's multiples, so you can do multiplication, you can divide, you can subtract, you can add, and then you can do algebraic manipulation. And then for other people, geometry is easy, but I didn't get the hang of it that well. But I passed it, and I think that my music is going to continue and it's going to get even better. So expect better music. I'm going to think of new creative ideas using theory as well as my intuition, not like spirituality intuition, not like that notion, but an intuition of music where structure is appreciated. I'm going to try to use structure a lot more. A, B, A, B, C, B. That was one of the main structures that I learned. So verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. That's like a hit song formula, basically. If you have the right lyrics and you have the right catchy melody and the right chord progression, it all adds up to what your fans think of you. So I have a little bit of fans. So I'm going to still create music, even though I don't believe in God anymore. And don't expect it to be worse, but expect it to be better. Because now I don't have limiting beliefs about what I can create. It's bound by the 13 notes being, 12 notes really, but 13 being octave. I learned that from the Jumbo on Melchizedek book a little bit. And that's the trap that he puts people in. Because I love music, but that's something that it's like he says that dimensions are what forms existence, basically, and that beyond this earthly dimension, there's other dimensions. Well, there's no proof of that, so I don't accept that. I don't accept the proofs for God anymore because there's evidence contradicting that. And I'm still creating music. So this was just an update on my religious beliefs, how I changed, and I'm still creating music. I'm going to still do my old songs, even though they're made on a perspective of God influenced or like divine influenced, but I'm still the creator of it. So I'm going to put out songs that, like, I have a song for my therapist, which is just a song that I wrote for a person. And that progression was an original idea. And so was all the solos I put onto it. That wasn't like a God inspired thing. Like, if I think about it, like it was more of like a person inspired type of thing. So I'm going to do more of that. And that's the conclusion of the update. Thanks for watching.